Everyone, welcome back to my channel. I just thought I'd try and do a pain talk, even though I don't know exactly how well and what my topic's going to be, because I'm struggling. I have to be honest. It's been a rough couple of days. I went into hospital on last Wednesday, and I had a pain procedure where they obviously you're sedated, and they give you an injection in the lower spine in my case, and then do some, I don't know, stuff, stuck some anesthetic in there, did some interferential wave stuff, anyway, did a few things. Then I stay in hospital overnight to try and help rest, make it better. So it was great. It was fantastic for the first half of the day. So by about 4 o'clock, it was really getting a bit hairy again. And I thought, oh, bugger, the anaesthetics worn off. So anyway, long story short, that's what happened. And he did say to me that procedure is only the first of the 4 procedures. So the next lot of procedures, I go in and he does it in a different space. The only thing I can really say is what I think's happened is that it's aggravated and flared up a bit of the pain in the area. So ever since, I've really been struggling. So majority of my pain is obviously my lower back, which is the worst part. Then of course knees down, CRPS anyway. So that's it. So I'm not feeling great. So I thought I'd pop on and have another little chat and see how you guys are doing. I hope that even if it's just a little bit, if you can get a little bit of help from anything that I say. Obviously, I am no expert. The only thing I'm an expert in is myself and my journey and what's been happening with me from start to finish. Like I've lived this for 26 years, and I can't, it's hard to remember a time when I wasn't struggling with pain or wasn't dealing with, having to think about my health prior to actually accepting an invitation to go to coffee or to go to something anyway. So just a disclaimer here, I am no expert. I have no qualifications. My qualifications are my experience. So just to let you know, and if you guys would like to listen to more of my stories or listen to my waffle on every week, then please subscribe and press the bell button so that you'll be notified when I upload a video. I'd love to be consistent. I'd love to say, and I did try and say I'd like to do it every Friday, but I'm just going to put it out there. Sometimes it's actually not possible. So I even hesitated about whether or not I should do this today, but I thought, no, you can't always see me in my best, so you need to see that I still struggle just like, you guys, and that's what we have to understand. One of the things that I probably could talk about during this time is medication isn't actually cutting it. So I've got on board, I've taken two andine maybe 40-50 minutes ago, and normally they take about 20 minutes to kick in, so that hasn't kicked over. I'm still struggling, still not getting any pain relief, still feel like I just want to lay down and cry, which is really how I feel. And I apologise for being out there and saying that, but that's the truth. That's all I want to do. I want to just lay down and cry. But what do I do? How do I handle these situations? Generally, I'll look for a distraction that I'm capable of doing. And the distraction obviously could be planning, which is something that I do. I'd sit down and do a little bit of planning. One of the big things that happened to me many years ago, in the first couple of years when things started to get really bad, when I realised that this is my life, I was put into hospital on suicide watch. They were worried that I didn't want to stay here anymore, but I couldn't. I had 2 young children, and I couldn't do that. So the psychiatrist there said to me, because I said to him, it's really hard because I can't talk to anyone about it. I can't tell them exactly how I'm feeling and about, I can't talk about the negativity. I have to talk to my husband and say, yay, it's all flowers, it's great. I have to be happy. I've got 2 children. I've got to do this. I've got to, I've got a 10-month-old baby. I need to get through this. So who do I talk to? Who can I say things without them feeling like they've got to either A, fix me, or B, feel bad for me? And that's really tough. I don't want you to feel bad. I just want you to know that right now I do feel like lying down. I do feel like just crying and curling up in a ball and just hoping that nobody sees me. Sometimes you close your eyes and you go, I just don't want to wake up. And yes, have I said that? Thousands of times. So anyway, back to the original story. So this therapist said to me, have you thought about writing it down? And I went, well, I've journaled most of my life. It's something that I've always done, even as a child. And he said, why don't you write to yourself and tell yourself how you're feeling? So anyway, long story short, that started my journey again of writing and journaling and talking. So it's definitely a one-way conversation, but that conversation can take forms in anything. I can say anything I like because chances of anyone reading that is very slim. But then come 15, 16 years later, I have got this thick book that I have written. I talk about going through surgeries, and I talk about my major back operation and how that happened, and what happened when I woke up, and what happened when they lifted me up out of the bed, what happened when the blood came rushing to the wound, what happened when I was going to pass out. I actually thought I was dying. I talk about all of that, and it's in great detail. And I start thinking, maybe I could put this together as a book. Maybe someone might want to read it. Maybe one day get this published. So I had a friend that she was a very, very good children's author. And obviously her publicist is in New York. So she's written hundreds of books. So she's very, very well versed on how books can get out in the market. And she unfortunately had rheumatoid arthritis as well. So I said to her if she could have a quick look at my book and just see, is it something that anyone would read? And she said to me, a couple of weeks later, she still had the whole book. She said, I've read your book 4 times. And she said, and every time I got something else out of it. And I went, thank you. I think it is something that could be published. Then obviously I have to get disclaimers from all of the people involved. I don't need to use names. I could use synonyms like doctor, or don't have to use Dr. Joe Blogs. It could just be Dr. So. I'd love to rewrite it and have it so that it can get back out in the public and see. I mean, would you read it? Would you read a story from somebody that lived pain every day? I don't write in it every day. I write in it every time I'm feeling like crap. Seems like a bit of a morbid book to have, but I talk about how I'm feeling, and what happens is that I talk myself around the situation. So rather than just live in the situation and not find a way around it, like sometimes it's easy to talk to someone and then all of a sudden the ideas start coming and you go, okay, I might try that. Oh, what if I try that? Or what if I do that? Okay, then all of a sudden you've resolved your own problems. You've resolved a way to actually get through it and manage whatever it is you're doing. And so I think that one of the greatest things we could do is have either somebody that we can say anything to that isn't going to judges. Like I spoke in my putting your team together, and I said that could be a family member, that could be a friend, that could be anyone. If you don't have anyone, you use a journal. You use a piece of paper. That piece of paper isn't going to bite you. That piece of paper isn't going to come out and judge you. That piece of paper is going to hold your secret forever. So if you're feeling like you really need to say something, it needs to come out. It needs to come out of your head and down on a piece of paper, or to speak to somebody, then do it. I promise you, when you do that, you will feel so much relief. You know, sometimes you can resolve the problems, as I said. You can resolve the problems yourself within the conversation you're having to yourself, or you can chat to someone, or when you read it back you go, geez, it's a bit hard on myself. Yeah, no, it really wasn't that bad. Or maybe, you know what, Tony, you should have seen what you did beforehand. You said you did this and this, so you've got to think and make sure that you know, don't go and walk around a shopping centre for 2 hours and then expect that you can go and walk in the park or go and do this. You need to make sure you put intervals in everything that you do. And until you actually set it down, sometimes you just don't see the alarm bells going off. And you know, that's one of the big things we do have to do, is listen to our body. Our body knows best. And without it, we kind of just a little head on a stick. Sometimes the stick's a little bit battered and bruised, and it's not doing exactly what we want it to do, but we have to focus on the good in our lives and the good things that we can do and that we can hang on to, that make it feel great, and that take us away from this constant state of being. You know, it's hard when you're totally this person, this pain person. It doesn't matter whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday or Sunday. This is you. This is your life. This is how it's going to be. Nobody can guarantee that you're going to be any different. Nobody can guarantee one day from the next how you're going to wake up. You can't even guarantee that. And it doesn't matter how many diets you do. It doesn't matter how much medication you throw at it. It doesn't matter how many procedures you have. You are you at the present time. This is you. You need to come and center about the person that's the here and now. If I could give you any advice, that'd be one thing, is to make sure you're concentrating on what's going on now, because in the future, if you look too far ahead and you get to that point and you can't do what it is that you set yourself out, you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. So if you work on the person that's in front of you right now, if you work on who you are and what's going on in your body today, like in my particular case, I'm really struggling, and I'm in a lot of pain. On a pain scale, I'm going up in the 7s and 8s, and I need to go, okay, Tony, there's something not right. You need to pull back, and really, I want to go down and cook dinner. I want to go down and chop the vegetables. I want to peel it. I can't. I just can't do that. So don't be a goose and think that's what you can do. You're going to have to go and have a lie down first. So then I'll probably have a lie down and see if that pain will leave and I can get a bit of a break and let the body settle down. It may work, it may not. And if it doesn't, a hot shower and go back to bed. Tomorrow is another day. Okay, if that's all I've got to do today, as frustrating as that is, that's just it. That's what you've got to do. And, you know, stop being hard on yourself. Stop trying to push yourself to the end and be the superhero, because you're not. I don't wear a cape. Trust me. I've looked for that cape so long. So that's pretty much it from me. I'm really sorry that I can't give you any more hints. I've been doing this journal. I've been doing this thing in my cut down cousin I'll show you. It's so basically what I do is, I think that one there is gratitude. So I go gratitude, mood, pain score low, pain score high. And the reason that I do it like that, because when your pain's high, like mine is right at the moment, you want to know what level it's at, because that will indicate to you how intense the pain is. And then when it's down at the low level, then you'll know, okay, well then I can start doing some work. So what happened and what was happening when my pain went down. And mood, well, this one here, I'll read this one this day for you. This is Monday the 17th. So gratitude. I'm grateful for cooler days and fine weather. It is a nice change, but my pain indicates rain is around. Yep. My mood, annoyed. My pain is high and I want to do some planning, but pain is stopping me. Pain score, high. Pain is very high this afternoon and early this morning, hard to shake it. 9 out of 10. That's pretty high. Pain low. Yes, a very high pain day, and really I only had relief when I was distracted at work. 3 out of 10. So how that's helpful, and I know that probably sounds like, wow, I'm just hitting myself with all of it, because there is other days. Day before, pain was in good control today, had a bit of trouble driving, but otherwise it was steady. 210. So 2 out of 10 is pretty good. That's actually where I try to aim to get to. A 2 out of 10 is actually being able to function, do things, and, go and drive, go to the fruit and veg shop, grab some fruit, go do some things. So that's my goal, is to get to that point. And I think that the best thing you can do, as I said, is monitor and be present. Be present with your pain. I know that sounds like a weird thing to say, but go, okay, like I have to now go, instead of doing what I wanted to do, I'm going to go and grab a cup of tea if I can, and go and lie down, watch a couple of YouTube videos, and maybe hopefully have a little bit of a nap. And then I'm hoping when I wake up and try and get up that my pain will be at bay. If not, a couple more painkillers, a nice shower, and go to bed, and hopefully wake up feeling better. So anyway, if you've got this far, thank you so much for listening, and I'm really, really sorry about the negative pain video, but I just thought maybe you'd like to every now and then see how intense it can be, and that it's not all roses, that, I can't always be on point. But before I start crying again, because I'm really struggling, I'll sign off. So ciao for now, and I'll see you on the flip side. Bye. Why am I still here?